से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में हो अव्यक्त वतन में हम उड़ के चले जाएं। ओ हम उड़ के चले प्यारे से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में। जाना है वहाँ हमको जहाँ बाप और दादा है वो, जाना है वहाँ हमको जहाँ बाप और दादा है। बनना है संपूर्ण किया बाबा से वादा है, जो बाबा से किया था वो वादा से वतन में, उस प्यार से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में, हो अव्यक्त वतन में, ओ हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यार से वतन में, हो उस मीठे से वतन में। घेरा फैला है मेरे चारों ओर। आनंद ही आनंद में हो रहा है मन विभोर। सूर्यमणि को यूं निहारूं, शक्तियाँ मन में भरने। मैं आत्मा हंस बन गई, अंतर को रोशन करने।
To us, welcoming Baba, and then also sharing Drishti. Then I said, Baba, I have brought Bhog from Peace Village family, and we have, I shared with Baba about all of you in Peace Village. And so Bhog is on behalf of everyone. Baba, with great love, accepted Bhog, and then again Baba was just looking at each one of us individually and collectively, just giving drishti to everyone, but also personally. And after few moments of silence, Baba said that you are not only a valuable child, but you are a valuable instrument. Every child, Baba's child is instrument, but depends on, some have been given different assignments. So they are instruments for service in different areas or different ways. So Baba said that instrument always thinks about that I have to be a best quality instrument. Right? And also other thought instrument always has to do unlimited service. Every instrument thinks way. So Baba said that then you all start thinking when it's service, what is the best way? So Baba was smiling and said, you will think what you can do through social media, right? Because, and I was smiling, I said, well, Baba knows all that too. So that's the best way to spread the message, or but Baba was like saying, no, not for Baba. That's what you think, right? And it's okay. But Baba's instrument is the best equipment. Each one of you, you are the one who is social media. Each one of you, why I'm laughing because Baba was so smiling. Each one of you, for Baba, you are social media. So I like kind looking at Baba and what he's trying to tell. And then Baba said, because it is not through computer or it's not through other mm, different ways that Baba will be glorified. Even if words will impress them, attract them, but where will they come? They will come to you, right? So think little bit about upgrading yourself. So I said, but that's what we had been doing, looking at Baba. Yes, children are making effort, but today Baba wants to underline three things. One is to constantly, while doing actions, busy, integrate silence. Not only silence and then busy in our actions, but integrate silence in between while you're doing actions. And Baba says those few moments which you will observe silence will do miracles. Actions always have limited impact. But silence in between actions will have unlimited impact. And secondly, every action should be a charitable or benevolent. There should be these deep feelings of bringing benefit to the souls. And thirdly, Baba said, you have to be now conqueror, victorious, especially over matter or nature. In that, it will be your body, it will be your surroundings, it will be in general the nature. Success is your birthright, but victory you have to claim. Success is your birthright, Baba gives you. But victory is what you have to claim because you have lost. You have lost, so you have to claim. So these three things you underline. Every instrument thinks of family, of world service, but just keep reminding yourself that I am the one who has to concentrate or focus on the self also. A very good balance, always a balance of serving the self, which serves the world, serve the world, and you are being served. That makes sure. And then Baba said, Baba's drishti and the hand of blessings, drishti and the hand of blessing, always upon every child. And when you pack your baggage, take these two things with you. wherever you go in your pocket, know what you call it, pocketbook or whatever, you should have these two things, Baba's Drishti and Baba's hand of blessings, and that will keep you protected and constantly sustained. Baba gave lots of love for each one of us. Om Shanti. Okay, let's see what Baba has to say in Murli. The theme which has been written here from the Murli is to make your thoughts and actions the same is fulfilling the responsibility of love for God. To make your thoughts and actions the same is fulfilling the responsibility of love for God. These are Murlis of 91, and this one is 25th February. And you know that there was a time double foreigners, February, March was like our time. So Baba talks to double foreigners, and quite intense Murlis, right, every Sunday. Today, Bab Dada is pleased to see all his children who have the right to self sovereignty. You have right. Just underline the word right. Pleased to see all his children who have right to self sovereignty, because only those who have a right to self sovereignty can claim a right to world sovereignty for many births. If you claim right now, you have claim for world sovereignty for many births. Babdada is asking you, double foreigner children, the news of your self sovereignty. How is your soul self sovereignty doing? Hmm? Is the kingdom of each of you, self sovereigns, functioning well? You are writing or listening, all both. So, what's the answer? Eric, you come on this seat. So, today, Babdad is asking you, double foreigner children, the news of your self sovereignty. Is the kingdom of each of you, self sovereigns, functioning well? Are your cooperative companions who rule the kingdom with you always cooperative? Yes? Yes? Accurately, almost accurately at the right time, again, accurately at the right time, or do they sometimes also deceive you? Say, no, I can't do. It's possible. If I do it, my subjects will do too, right? Sometimes we make excuses too, right? Or we're not in time or accurate. Everything really, again, Baba is saying, or do they sometimes deceive you? However, many cooperative workers you have, that is your organs, whether physical or subtle, are they all working under your orders? We always like people who listen to order, right? whatever your order at a particular time, do they become your helpers at that time in that particular way? Do you hold a royal court every day? No, yes, 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 every day, or sometimes 4 times. Are all the workers in your kingdom 100% three qualities: obedient, faithful, and third is ever ready? Looking at yourself, do I have these three qualities? Then your workers will have. Am I obedient, faithful, and ever ready? Or when you are told, you say, you think, can I do or not, right? Baba is saying, how is everything? Is it very good? Yeah? Then is very good, very, very good. And then is very, very, very good. Let's see hands. Very good? No one. Very, very good. What about very, very, very good? Wow, that's good. Baba is seeing every one of us from subtle region. So Baba is saying, the royal court always successful, or do your cooperative workers sometimes do create upheaval? You know the condition of the royal court of this old world very well, where neither there is law or order. Now, this royal court, Baba is translating into, like you have Congress and Senate. So in India, we have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha is Congress and Raj Sabha is like Senate, So Raj Sabha means, we say lawmakers here, but they are more like in different capacity. But there is always, you know what they are these days, all the parliaments. So Baba says, your royal court is lawful. That royal court has no order, no law, but your royal court is lawful and always functions with the words, Bolo, Hanji. Your royal court always governs with the word Hanji. And that means yes, indeed. And Ji Hazir, I am present. Like we say, yes, sir, I am here. To the extent that the ones with the right to rule the kingdom are powerful, many qualities are powerful. Accordingly, the cooperative companions of the kingdom also always move along automatically with signals. As soon as the one with the right gives an order, do not listen to this, or do not do this, do not say this, they would work accordingly to those signals in a second. Again, the timely. It shouldn't be that you give an order, you're telling your eyes now, do not look at that. And they look at that and then ask for forgiveness. It does happen. Sometimes you really don't want eyes to see something and it goes there. and they say that they made a mistake. If someone thinks about something, about doing it, would you call that one a sensible companion? When you order your mind not to have waste thoughts and you put a full stop in a second, then it should not take 2 seconds. I mean, these are the real practices which we have to do every day. This is called a Yukti Yukt royal court. Have you become those with a right to such a kingdom? Do you hold court every day, or do you only issue an order when you remember? Every day, at the end of the day, check your cooperative workers. When your physical organs or workers make mistake again and again, it does happen. I don't want to say it, but it just came out of my mouth. I didn't mean it, but still it happened, It could be mouth, it could be eyes, it could be even ears, right? Listening. I didn't want it to, but then it did happen. So Baba is saying when your physical organs or workers make mistake again and again, it is by your performing these wrong actions that it becomes then firm sanskars. So again, sanskar is emerging. Then it takes time and it takes effort to change it. It is by performing those wrong actions. So I was saying, if you check at the time and then give it that power to change, it will be put right. It will be put right at the same time. That means do it same time, check and change. If you simply keep checking yourself and realize it is wrong, that is not right, and do not use some method, do not use some method to change it, or do not give it to the power of knowledge, then the transformation doesn't take place, even by again and again checking yourself. That means you have to do it same time, same moment. So Baba said, therefore, first of all, change your physical organs with the power of knowledge. Do not just think that it is wrong, because you clearly know what is right, and you also know the way to follow what is right. We know what is right. If you continue to tell others, transformation will not take place by just telling them. So it's a very common these days. If you tell someone, do this or don't do, it doesn't work. Words doesn't work, right? If you continue to tell others, transformation will not take place just telling them, but as well as telling them, also clarify the method they can use, and then there will be success. Don't do this way. So then what? But if you say do this way, it's very interesting, no? Road directions. Don't go this way. But he's asking which way. So answer should be this is the way, right? Don't go this way, no. This is the way. It's a very practical, little thing, but we miss it. Those souls will then remain successful with their self-sovereignty functioning very well. The sign of those who are successful in their sovereignty is that they will constantly be content with their effort. Along with that, all the souls who come into contact with such souls will constantly remain content, and those souls, and so those souls constantly remain content with those souls is something is missing. And thanks will emerge for those souls from their heart. Thank you. From everyone's heart, the music of the song of Vaha Vaha would always be emerging. Their ears would constantly hear the music of the thanks of Vaha 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 from everywhere. And this song of Vaha is automatic. You don't need to play tape recorder for this song. There is no need for any musical instrument for this song. This is an endless song which emerges from heart. So have you become such successful self-sovereigns? Good homework for all day, right? Successful self-sovereigns of the present time will attain the kingdom of the world in the future as the fruit of their success of this birth. If there isn't full success, it is sometimes like this and sometimes like that, sometimes 100% success and sometimes just success, not 100%, then such a self-sovereign soul will not attain the throne or the crown of a kingdom, but would just become the part of the royal family. So one is to be seated on the throne and other is to just be in the royal family being seated on the throne. It's the main throne, then it's a whole court there. So to be seated on the throne means that at the present time also you remain constantly seated on the double throne. Constantly seated on the double throne. What is that double throne? What are those? I think we all know, right? Say it. One is the immortal throne and the other one is Father's heart throne. So those who are always seated on the double throne, not those who are seated on it sometimes, those who are always seated on the heart throne become constantly seated on the throne of the kingdom of the world. So check yourself. Was I seated on the double throne throughout the day? Was I seated on the double throne throughout the day? If you were not seated on your throne, then what happens? Your cooperative workers would not obey your orders because you are not on the throne. So a king's orders are obeyed. If the king is not on his throne and issues an order, it will not be obeyed. Nowadays, instead of throne, they have a chair. The throne system has finished. They are not worthy. So the throne No, because now they don't have thrones, but they have elections and then they have chair. So everyone is after chair. I realize even these days, even if you are a good coordinator, administrator, and you keep giving directions while walking, moving around, sometimes they work, but mostly not. But if you have a proper sitting and planning, coordination system properly, 100%, because you are in proper seats now, and then you are doing it, it makes a lot of difference. So Baba says that thrones have disappeared. If you are seated on your chair, everyone will obey you. If you are not seated on your chair, then everyone will not obey you. However, you are not politician in a chair, right? We are not politicians. You are kings. You have a right to self sovereignty. So are all of you kings? Yes? Or should I say it or no? Or subjects? To be a Raj Yogi, we are Raj Yogi, not only yogis, ruling capacity, right? If you are Raj Yogis, then what happens? Means you are a king. Look how multi-million times fortunate you are. Today everything is 3 times. The world, especially the countries abroad, are in upheaval. The Gulf War was happening in 91, and a lot of souls were thinking whether we should go to Madhuban or not. So Baba say they are in confusion of war and defeat. War and defeat is war and har. Defeat is har. So Baba yesterday Murli, war and har, they are in between in these two words. Some are being defeated, some are at war, and others are in upheaval. We are hearing about the conditions of the world. It's same now, right? So they are in an upheaval of defeat or war, whereas you are lost in Bab Dada's love, pyar. War, har, and pyar. Hmm. Love means pyar. War, har, pyar. So we are beyond har and war, right? And we are in pyar. Just imagine now you have to decide, power to discern. Is it influence of war or what will happen or pyar? See, all this knowledge is for discernment. This whole month from Madhuban, the signals which have come is how to have accurate power to discern, not only good power to discern, but accurate. Because last moment you will have to decide, should I do this or not? Where I should be? Should I go or not? And this happens every time, right? Whether it will be again Madhuban, whether I should go or not, right? It will remain all the time. I think it doesn't seem like COVID is gone now, let's go. Then another monkey fox is jumping. People are already talking, and if you see the pictures, it's so horrible, right? So that means there will always be a situation, and I need to decide what I should do. So if I use some of these qualities to power to change, have accurate power to discern will be very important. Even I can get opinions from medical, from my companions, but still I will have to decide for myself, right? So 3 things: har, defeat, war, and pyar. So God's love has pulled you from far away and brought you here. No matter what the circumstances are, they cannot stop you in front of God's love. God's love becomes the intellect of the wise. God's love becomes the intellect of the wise and changes, Baba says, situations into an elevated stage. Changes situations into elevated stage. Amongst double foreigners too, see how those from Poland used to say to make so much effort, and they used to think that it was impossible to be in Madhuban. However, what does it feel like now? Even those in Baba says, even those from Russia used to think it was impossible, even if they had to wait in queue for 24 hours, but they also have reached here. The difficult has become easy, so you should say thanks, would you not? It will continue to happen like that all the time. That was better still, right? And now every day there is new situation. It could be money, it could be currency, it could be anything. Some think that planes will stop flying at the end and how we will come here. God's love has such power that it can cast magic in someone's eyes so that they will be compelled to send you there. Just imagine. Even they have to take 5 passenger Brahmins, flight will go. Recently, there were only 2 ladies in the plane. One time we came from Halifax, and it was myself, Bhumika, and Eric was there. Someone. We were only 3 in the whole plane. First, we thought, no one, no one, no one, what's going to happen? And then they just boarded. Let's go, let's go. And 3 of us in the plane. There was some storm predictions. So there will always be something, right? But what we are using now, love. The Father has promised, not with everyone, but Father has promised that those who fulfill the responsibility of love, who fulfill the responsibility of love, the Father, He will also continue, that Father will also continue to fulfill the responsibility of love in order for any problem to overcome right until the end. You take responsibility, I will also take responsibility to overcome all the problems until end. Do not become those who have only sometimes, but be those who always fulfill the responsibility of love. This is easy to love, but take responsibility of love. Many know how to love, but only few know how to fulfill the responsibility of love. And this is why you are handful out of many. So what was the theme? When our thoughts and actions are same, we fulfill the responsibility of love. That means we become like Baba. Babdada is always pleased to see double foreigner children because they have become worthy of receiving his help with your courage. Yes, and you have broken many types of bondages of Maya and many boundaries of different customs and systems and arrived here. So this courage is no less. All of you have maintained courage well. New and old both are sitting here. There are many who are the older ones of all and those who are new in this cycle. The courage of both is good. So all of you are number one in maintaining this courage. Therefore, in what respect is there a number still? You are number one in courage. So why then there are numbers? Double foreigners make special effort, and in their heart to heart conversation, they say that they will definitely become part of the rosary of 108. So today Baba is saying there are certain reserve quota for double foreigners in rosary too. They have quotas, no, for everything. So today he's saying, do any one of you have question whether you can become part of this? You will definitely become part of it. Seats in the rosary are reserved for double foreigners, but how many and who will become part of it, Baba will tell you as you progress further. You have 10 quota or 20 quota, but there is quota. Because there was a question that in rosary, will it be all Bharatvasis, or now Baba is openly saying there is quota for all of you. Okay, he will tell us now what to do. Hmm. So why is number created? When you all are number one in courage, so then what happens later? That number is created. So each of you say with your right, he's my Baba. So you have full rights. And yet, why is there a number? From his side, full rights. But why there are number? The rights obligation is responsibility. They always say rights and responsibilities, right? It's a common whether in political or social systems too. Why is there that much difference? Let alone the rosary of 16,000. Just look at 108. There is vast difference between number 1 and 108. So why there is a difference? All of you have passed in courage. However, in return for your courage, now what you're receiving from return is help. We do all get help in the sense of even you get social security, medical, like you getting as a citizen, no? So you getting help, right? Now what happened? The help that you receive from father and the Brahmin family, to receive that help and use it at the right time, to be able to use the help. It's very interesting. I got help. Am I doing charity with help, or I just use all help? Am I helping others with that help? That's you creating fortune. Very interesting. Charity within charity. Wow, so interesting. To receive the help and to use it at the right time, to be able to use that help, that is power that you need at that time. The difference is in the power to decide and power to use that help in the task. I have enough for myself. I have enough for whole family. So all of you receive now again little more clarity. All of you receive an inheritance from Almighty Father, the one with all powers. It isn't that some receive only 8 powers, some receive 6 powers. You receive all the powers. So you were told earlier too that you receive success by using the right method. The method of using the power for a task, one is the method of belonging to Father, second is the method of receiving an inheritance. So three. First is belonging to Father, second is receiving an inheritance, and father, and the third is the method of using that inheritance which you have received from father. Knowledge, instrument. Peace, how many instrument? Happiness, how much I distribute my inheritance. So there is a difference. There is a difference in the method of using it for the task. All of you have many points in your intellect. Now it's completely separate point. You understand? Recognize father, then get inheritance, then third is how do I use mine? It always, when you, as soon as you know I'm getting inheritance, first thing you say, how do I use it? Should I buy property? Should I give in charity? How much here? How much there? As soon as you get, right, whether lottery or inheritance. It's big thing to get, but bigger thing is how do I now use it? So same is Brahmin life. I got it now. How to use it? That's where our real karmas come. Some live for themselves, right? And some live for unlimited family. Now Baba is saying what has to be done for all this, for clarity, power to discern is, all of you have points, but when you have knowledge on one topic, you extract so many points. So one method is to keep a point in your intellect, and the second method is to be a point. Have a lot of points, but to be a point, to use the point, to become a point form, and also to have points. No, that day it was Bindu and Sindhu. It was last Murli that we knew God Shiva is, Shiva means Bindu, devotees knew. But now we know he is also Sindhu, means ocean. That was, no, last Sunday I think was Murli. Every Murli is so deep, and long too. Yeah, too long. So one is to keep a point in your intellect, and to second is to become a point and use the point. So Baba says to become a point form and to also have points, let there be balance of two. And that's where I think silence comes. Do plan and then go in silence. Then do it and go in silence. Becoming point while having points. Because points come. But after that, if you don't become point, it's very interesting. I get a lot of ideas. I just write all immediately because I don't want my intellect to be busy. But then just go in point. I'm telling myself. This is receiving number one success by using number one method. Sometimes you go into the expansion of points, and sometimes you just stabilize yourself in a point form. But we want both balance. Being a point form and having points have to be together. Okay, do half day silence then. But this has to be consistent, right? Points and a point, point, and then points. Being a point form and having points have to be together. So increase the power of using this. Do you understand? If you want to become number one, you have to do this. Nowadays, with the power of science, you have speeded up method of doing something with the facilities provided by science. Speaking here, right? And whole world can listen. That's called power of science, right? The amount of work that a living person is able to do in a certain time, the facilities, the science, computers are able to do same work so much more quickly. As computers even correct a living person, we get correction also. Our machine which we have, when we use it, you make any mistake, start making, they call it alarm systems. And it has so many alarms. We making mistake and they alarm us. And then the company operator will call, something is going wrong here. They are so technically advanced, you can't believe. They alarming us, and it's true. You get on the elevator, there's more people, it's great alarm, right? So, since the facilities of science can speed up the power of using something, many such times have been made and also being made. Then Brahmin souls now. Just listen. Brahmin souls with the power of silence can make a task successful so fast and accurate. They are not only fast, but they are accurate. That means to make a decision within a second, to decide within a second. Some do it, but they are very abrupt, like we know that's not how it is. Quickly doesn't, they have to be accurate also, right? Quickly everyone can do, let's do this. Then we go in practical, right? Can we do now or later? So successfully, so fast, and say it accurately. Take a decision in a second, make the task successful in a practical way. Not just ideas, practical way. You also need to have a balance of thinking and doing. Whereas others begin to do something and then they think later as to whether what they did correctly or not. Some decide, they start, and halfway they say whether they should have done it or not. That means seeing things in a practical way also are important. What happens otherwise? You think that you are going to do something, but if you try to do it after thinking, then while thinking about it, now what happens? Now I am thinking, right? Then the time or the circumstances for carrying that can change. We're deciding something now. I'm just giving example. Dates for Madhuban. I'm just saying. Or tickets are very cheap. You book it, right? Because you're saving some money. Now circumstances can change, right? So again, we have to be, anyway, it's a very good faculty we have to develop, all of us, is, so by saying that, okay, let me read. Do you think you are going to do something, but if you try to do it after thinking, so what he's saying, if you have to do it instantly too. Some of the things you do it, because when you do later, circumstances could change. That's what, when I read in Hindi, it meant. Then while thinking about it, the time or the circumstances for carrying out that can change. So you then say, I was going to do it. I was going to do it. I had thought about it. So for elevated actions, do it. I always tell people the value of money changes every day. So what I am doing today, after 1 month, there will always be devaluation of some kind, right? Or body. I always said, if I can do it today, let's do it, because who knows tomorrow. Since instruments of science that have a fast speed are being invented, what can you not do in a second? The instruments of destructions are moving forward at a fast speed. So, what can the powerful facilities of silence, that is, power of establishment, can do? Creating, we are creating, we are creating. They are destroying, we are creating. They're testing all the bombs, all different kind. Right? Will it work? Not will it work or not? Now matter is invoking the masters. Matters is invoking the master. You don't order her. You don't order her. So the elements are also creating so much upheaval. Now Subhava is saying matter is ready. Elements will welcome you. Are you ready for that welcome? Are masters ready for welcome? Or we say, wait, we're not yet ready. So Baba says, are you ready for that, or are you now becoming ready? Even until now, your devotees are praising and they're preparing for your invocation, right? They invoke Lord. Do you know your praise? Now check, are you full of all the virtues you are praised? Check all the virtues. They go in front of Goddess and say something, right? Completely viceless, completely non-violent, most elevated beings following the highest code of conduct, and also 16 degrees, celestial degrees full. When you are full in everything, when you are full in everything, you can then understand the masters are ready. But if there is percentage in this, then understand that masters are not ready. You are a child, but you have not yet become master. When you are, Baba said, when you are, the elements will then welcome your master, you masters. You are the children of the Father, that's fine. You have passed in that, being a good child, right? However, to become full of all these 5 things means to become a master. It's same degree we use, no? 16 celestial, all virtues, completely viceless. Maryada Purushottam. Should we order the elements? Acha, you will become ready in year of tapasya. 91, Dadi Prakashmani had said is year of tapasya. Will you not? Should we order it then? This year of tapasya is the last chance. Or will you say, give us little chance? You will not ask for it then, will you? So when it was 2 Murlis, Baba was talking about tapasya, we said, let's at least do this year. 91 is gone, but this year we can do. And every Murli has beautiful definition of tapasya. 2 words, 2 words, 2 words. I don't know who is collecting, doing that homework, but it's very beautiful. I am writing on what simple definition of tapasya. Acha, to all the souls everywhere who have a right to self-sovereignty, to all the souls who are constantly seated on the double throne, to the souls who have been blessed and who make the powers of thinking and doing equal, to the children who are conquerors of the heart and fulfill the responsibility of love for God, love remembrances and namaste from Dilaram, that is comforter of hearts, Bap Dada. Just little patience, very little paragraph with parties. Do you have the happiness, do you not, while living in Maharashtra, it's a Maharashtra group, you have truly, Maha means great, you have become great. Those people are great just a name. They are Mahatmas, great souls, whereas you are great souls in a practical way. You have this happiness, do you know? Great souls constantly stay in the highest stage. It's a very interesting now. Those people sit on a high seat. Those Mahatmas, they have their own high seats and thrones. They sit on their high seat, and their disciples will sit below down. They themselves, so Baba says, they themselves sit high. But where are you seated? On the seat of a high stage, not on a high seat or platform, but high stage. Highest stage is the high seat. When you stay on the seat of high stage, Maya cannot reach there. She will consider you to be great, will come, but to bow in front of you. Maya will come. And she has come just to say goodbye and bow. She cannot climb up. So she has received a seat. You have received a seat so easily. And in front of your fortune, your renunciation is nothing. What have you renounced anyway? You have your jewelry, you have your clothes, you are living at home. If you have renounced anything, it is just the rubbish which you had. So you are the great souls who are constantly seated on elevated seat. You have claimed a right to you have claimed the right to elevated attainments even more than you can dream of. You have the happiness of this fortune, do you not? Just think each one of us a big family, big purpose, and unlimited to do. People don't know how to pass time, and for us, right? So Baba says there is no happiness in the world. They have attained, Baba says, money illegally, but don't have happiness. All of you are poor maybe in terms of, all are poor in terms of treasure of happiness. They are beggars. They still beg, but you are full of treasure of happiness. How long will this happiness last? It will continue for the whole cycle. They will, Baba said, receive happiness. They will receive happiness even from your non-living images. Just going in front of God, those deities, they feel so happy. And we are the living ones. So Baba says, it isn't that it is only last for 1 or 2 births, but it will then finish, accumulate so much stock that it will be with you for innumerable births. However, much someone has accumulated, that much happiness, intoxication will be visible from the face. Your intoxication and treasures will be. So never look tired. I request everyone, someone said, I'm so exhausted. Why don't you create a balance? Sit and then nod, sit and eyes. So many Brahmins. And I really, with folded hand, request them, please, it's your face which has to glorify Baba. Dadi Janki always, all of us, artsies used to sit, and some they go little late. be like me, my face. She was like, will discipline us. Because everything is the face, right? Who looks at how many files you have done, how many phone calls you have made. Oh, I am so tired, I had to do so much. Yeah, but see, you can do. Everyone has to do what they have to do, but understanding, management, balancing, internal practices, somewhere we have to use them. Or if you can't do that much, then tell. I can only do this much. Someone said, I can't say no. Yeah, you don't say no, but you find another way to. Whether you say anything or not, your face speaks. They say that Brahma Kumaris are always happy. We don't know what happened to them. In India, they say, what this cheerfulness is about. Look at what's happening next door to you or in the world. And then I smilingly, once somebody, I said, we have another vision, what I am seeing, which God showed me. I can also tell you, you can be happy too. But even in Harmonia House, I remember some people, whenever we come, they are smiling. And we don't know why they're smiling. Whether you say anything or not, your face will speak. They say Brahma Kumaris are happy. You don't know what has happened to them. They are happy even at the times of sorrow. When you say something or not, your face and your actions also speak. The sign of being a Brahma Kumar and Brahma Kumari is not full paged. It's just no, because last time the 4 pages, but it's only blessing now. So just little more page. Last time I remember when I said it's full page. So you remain Brahma Kumar, Kumari is that you remain happy because days of sorrow have finished for you. You have received so many treasures. So how can you experience sorrow? Never, never any sorrow. Okay, blessings for today. May you be a world transformer. I always say do your local duty, but globally you are world transformer. But some are world transformer, they don't do anything. One sister likes to sit. I said, why are you sitting? I'm world transforming. I said, if you can't transform here, you can be world transformer. So it's very interesting. Awareness of world transformer, right? But in action, and even you doing action and doing thinking, it could benefit whole world. When you world transformer souls collectively have the thought of transforming the world with your complete and perfect stage, collectively have the thought of transforming the world with your complete and perfect stage, matter will then begin the dance of total upheaval. But it's okay. No, I was sharing story that when Sri Krishna had to be taken across the river for his safety, then when the father was carrying in the basket on the head, the waves were going like higher and higher, the tides. And he was like almost sinking because the basket to reach, because the waves wanted to touch the feet of Krishna for purity. So, but this father was almost drowning. So all these upheavals, always remember coming to us, say, bless us. Water and fire, and create that relationship with matter, with nature. Because Baba was saying you are serving it. You are the masters of the matter. So why fear? I mean, they will know, Baba says, even reach up to your feet, but they won't come above. And that should be our self-trust, no fear. When Baba says that wind, that is air, earth, ocean, water, the upheaval of all these will clean everything, will cleanse everything. However, and you will see whatever you do, like we have sprinkles, you can water. Once it rains, right? Immediately, it could be very heavy rain needed by the ground. So, but why are we scared with that? However, the elements will only obey your orders when your cooperative physical senses, again, your mind, intellect, and sanskars obey your orders. If your mind doesn't obey order, why will wind listen to you or anyone else? Along with this, you must have such a high stage of powerful tapasya, that everyone has thought of transformation at the same time, and elements will then also become present. That means then beautiful air and so that's what we now trying to see, emerging golden age matter, golden age nature. And so powerful tapasya, everyone has thought of transformation at the same time, and elements then become present. Slogan is continue to create everyone's fortune. Continue to create everyone's fortune with your elevated fortune. Okay, I help someone to create fortune and to remind them constantly of God. Not that I gave, God gave me, I'm sharing. Anything we are able to do, God giving us, and we are sharing. And that shouldn't be for. If God won't give me, I won't be able to share. And even if it could be your share, you're sharing with others from your share. But who gave you? So all secrets and everything, but my time was 9:30 and I'm punctual 9:30 finishing. So you cannot say I went long, right? Anyway, these days, lot of concentration, and doesn't matter, as much you could grasp, okay. You can read again, you can listen again, you can write notes, and that's what I do. But I must have 3-4 days reading it. Then I read in Hindi. So I can, when I'm reading, I am with that kind of feeling because I have read so many times. But now, tomorrow I will, or tonight, today, if I have time, to make proper notes of, because these are the secrets of, our power, our treasures, and God. And Murli is like, Vedas, scriptures, whatever you call it, even more than, because I have read a little bit of every Gita, but you don't get anything. And from one Murli, you get so much. So maybe this morning you were 95% awake, right? Or maybe 100%, or less, doesn't matter. Don't worry. We have Murlis on your iPad, everywhere now. So read it again and take points and churn it. And I mean, that's 2 years has helped me so much. Bhumi always looks at me and she said, "Oh, you are a good student." I said, "I am becoming master." What you mean? If you don't know, you are top lawyer and you don't know the laws. You are top doctor and you don't know what latest you have to do. Same as we are Baba's children. It's mastery over the points, and these are not just points, no, as they are really the powers in a way, or Mahamantras, I must say, Sadhguru Baba is giving us. Okay, Vaha doesn't need a recorder. Thank you doesn't need. So we thanks Baba for everything, and Vaha Baba also. Let's have a moment of remembrance. And this Avyakti Parivar has so much patience. Since 6 in the morning they are here. They heard Hindi Murli, now they will hear English and translation in Hindi. But now we say goodbye to you, right? Can we? Well, Yad Pyar. Okay, they want to listen and then they say goodbye. Om Shanti.
Hello. सभी रूहानी संकट के प्रजापिता ब्रह्मा मुख वंशावली सर्वसेवी बच्चों प्रति मधुबन से रूहानी बाप दादा और बच्चों का दिलवदान से प्रेम से सभी बच्चों को याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग। मीठे मीठे रूहानी बच्चों पे रूहानी बाप व दादा का दिल जान से और प्रेम से याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग। मीठे मीठे सिखले जो रूहानी बच्चों पे रूहानी बाप का नमस्ते। सुनिए, बाबा निवासी सभी सर्वसेवल प्रजापिता ब्रह्मा कुलभूषण बेटी खुश रहो और आबाद रहो, न विसरो न याद रहो।
Om Shanti. Now we will also give Yad to Baba. मीठे मीठे लदे बच्चों प्रति माता पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग।
Good morning. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste, Baba.
Namaste, Baba.
Morning, Baba.
Baba. Gracias, Baba.
Namaste, Papa.
Namaste, mi padre.
face. It's very interesting, isn't it? It's not